Hey everyone, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Please make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with anything fragrance related. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Dubai exclusive Amouage essences, which as of now are only exclusive in Dubai, but will soon be available worldwide. These three exclusives are Line 618 by Nathalie Lorson, Remain by Pierre Negrin, and Sequence from Julien Rasquinet. Now, for full transparency purposes, there's one more exclusive, which is an Oman exclusive I have not been able to get my hands on. If I do, when I do, I'll definitely let you guys know. Let's start with Line 618. Now, this is a 2025 creation. Amouage here worked with Nathalie Lorson on this fragrance. Here, just like Outlens, Luster, and Reason, you have the plaque or the coin at the bottom, which again is customized to each of these fragrances. Now I will have to say mine for some reason has a chipped, the color is chipped on mine down here a little bit, which is a little bit disappointing given the price tag. These are the same bottles as we've seen from Outlens, Luster, and Reason. Again, Reasons is one that is missing my collection and I will get soon to talk about, but the bottles are the same. So the same way Outlens has its own little coin, Luster has its own little coin, so does Line 618 have its own little coin. It says Line 618, it says Made in Oman 2025. The listed notes here are frankincense, some milky notes, peach, pineapple, and plum up top. In the heart notes, we got heliotrope and pine, and at the base, we have sandalwood and leather. So from the sound of it, it should smell absolutely stunning, especially with the plum. This should be beautiful, and truthfully speaking, so the scent profile is absolutely gorgeous, but the longevity is far beyond disappointing, which is just a shame because I have to be honest, had it not been for the bad longevity, had it not been for this bad performance, this would have maybe been my top one, maybe top two. But it's really hard to rank because it's gone in 20-30 minutes and maybe it needs to macerate a little bit, but for now the longevity is absolutely disappointing. However, the scent profile is gorgeous. If you like a fragrance that has some sort of a plummy sandalwood with a bit of a milky note fragrance, it really doesn't smell like anything out there, then maybe this is something for you. You would have to continue spraying throughout the day, several times throughout the hour, which just doesn't make it worth it at that price. But who knows, maybe I'll let it macerate and I'll report back on how it does. Line 618. Next one up is Remain. This one is a beautiful fragrance created by Pierre Negrin. Here we see the coin for Remain, Made in Oman 2025. I'm curious whether once it's available worldwide, it will still say 2025 or 2026. So we'll have to see. Maybe this becomes something of a collector's item. In any case, this was my last pickup. I initially didn't want to buy it because it smelled very similar to other fragrances I've smelled, but it really started growing on me. This one here has the listed notes of bergamot and carrot up top. In the heart note, we got jasmine, vanilla, ylang ylang, and in the base notes, we have frankincense, sandalwood, and castoreum. Now the castoreum in here is definitely not aromatic. It is super tuned down. A note to make it a little spicy, but this to me smells like a spicy take on Frederic Malle's MUSC RAVAGEUR. A beautiful take on it. I was on my way to New York through Dubai. When I first smelled it, it was very similar to MUSC RAVAGEUR and it felt a little disappointing, which is why I didn't pick it up then. But no, I did get some samples and I sprayed it on and it actually started growing on me while I was in New York, and on my way back I had to grab a bottle. For two reasons. First of all, I wanted to grab a bottle because I really liked the scent profile. And second of all of these bottles are still the Perfumer'S batch. They come with this certificate saying that this is the Perfumer'S batch of the Amouage essences. So I wanted to pick it up for that reason as well. All of my essences as of now have been the Perfumer'S batch. And from what I smelled in Outlens, for example, mine is a Perfumer'S batch. It smells stunning. The moment you open the bottle, you smell the fragrance. It is intoxicating and the sillage on it is just wow, out of this world. When I smell Outlens now, which is a later batch, and I know that it wasn't available for a while, so they came up with a subsequent batch, it smells different. Not necessarily different, but it doesn't have that sillage. It doesn't have that wow factor that I had in this one. When I smelled Outlens for the first time in this Perfumer'S batch, I really felt like I understood why Jeremy fragrance went. Smelling it now, I still get the scent profile. It's gorgeous. It doesn't smell like anything out there. It just doesn't compare with the first Perfumer's batch. So knowing that it is Dubai exclusive and that they have the Perfumer's badge, I really wanted to get the Perfumer's badge to make sure that I get the best and closest possible outcome as the Perfumers wanted it. Maybe also fall to the marketing trap. But if so, well done, you got me. So Remain, a beautiful, spicy take on MUSC RAVAGEUR. To that end, I will have to say, it does smell much better in the sense that when L'Oreal took over Frederic Malle, it reformulated it to the extent where after 2 to 4 hours, it really fades away. And it's just such a shame. It was one of my first niche fragrances that I got acquainted to when it first came out. And to know that it fades away after 2 to 4 hours, it's just such a pity. So knowing that Remain is a spicy take on it, with a similar scent profile. It's not the same, it's not a dupe, it's not a clone. It goes into that direction, but so do many Middle Eastern fragrances. Knowing that it goes that way, and it is long lasting, and it is, because I've worn it and it really remains all day, is just absolutely gorgeous, which is one of the reasons I got it. So Remain by Amouage. And last, and in my opinion best of these new essences, is Sequence by Amouage. This is the coin down here. Also, you can see Oman 2025, might become a collector's item. This is by one of my favorite perfumers, as you know by now, Julien Rasquinet, absolutely gorgeous. This is another fruity oud fragrance that I absolutely love. This one here starts up top with lychee, raspberry, and saffron. In the heart, you got osmanthus, rose, and tonka bean. And in the base, you have amberwood, leather, and oud. I will say the leather here kicks in from the very beginning. It's kind of like a lychee, raspberry, leather start, and then you get the oud up and at the bottom. It's a very different twist to Oud Maracuja. Again, completely different, but just to kind of give you an idea, the way Oud Maracuja took passion fruit and included that into a classical oud rose fragrance, this one is an oud rose fragrance with a raspberry and lychee up top. The lychee is absolutely gorgeous. One could argue that this is the continuance of the moon, which also here we got a lychee oud, but this one is way sweeter. Here, Sequence is a little spicier, a little woodier, a little substantial. The woodiness here is a little more forward, and it is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. My favorite from the second series of the essences as of now. So Sequence by Amouage. Thanks for tuning in. This was my review of the Dubai exclusive essences, which are soon to be available worldwide as of January 2026. Please make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on social media for more. Take care, and as always, stay scented.